Hi, Aries. So the strength, the justice. That was weird. It wouldn't let me pause it for a minute. Yeah, the strength, fall out in reverse, and the justice. I think those go together. I don't think there's one before or after the other. Because they popped up, I mean, perfectly together. So I'm going to leave them that way. I hear clapping. There's a game going on that's very important downstairs. So if we win, I get to we have to have a few more wins, go to Area 51. So it's not looking good, but you never know. Pray for a miracle. They all fell face down. So the moon in reverse. 7 of coins in reverse. Pentacles. I'm sorry if I just, whatever. Yeah. The world in reverse. 9 of wands upright. Looking good. That's a lot of, that's what I just, looking good. And the king of swords. Yeah, so if you hear yelling, hey, just appreciate the vibration. I'm winging it today. And I tell you what, it has been crazy for me the past, I don't know, a few days, couple weeks. I talked to someone on that's a fellow YouTuber, and let me click out of that. And it's, I kind of was like, I just need to be myself. Like, I feel like I need to be a certain way when I do my channel and all this stuff. And with Aries season coming and, trying something new, trying to, just get to be, who I really am. Because, I'm goofy, I'm sarcastic, I'm, I embody this, I pause right there because I stop, I freeze up. And I'm going to learn with your energy and get all this Aries and get your vibration. And I want to bring somebody up that I talked to and brought this out. I'll just say his name. I'm sure he doesn't mind because he's fantastic. And, but his name is Philip Daniel Miles. And he's really intelligent. He knows his shit, basically. So, but we kind of spoke back and forth through messaging, and he told me something about my chart that I was aware of, but at the same time, instead of acting on what I was aware of, I was still hiding. And people blame it on their signs and stuff, and I'm not blaming anything. I'm assigning where it makes sense. And that's why I love the astrology. That's why I love the universe and the planets and what each of them consist of. And not just, astrology, but astronomy and all of its placements as far as material, what it's made up of, gases, liquids, new developments, NASA, basically, just, it's beautiful. And the moon is definitely in Aquarius right now, so I'm feeling that. Go outside and climb the mountaintop, excuse me, and, climb the mountaintop and sing. And I thought about singing and then saw Johnny Cash on the mug or something. Oh no, this is Texas. I don't know. Tons of coffee mugs. But I want to be myself. And when I first started my channel, my first sign was Aquarius. And the moon was in Aquarius. And it was just, it was that new energy. And, I feel a lot of that with you guys, like just your energy all together, that spring has sprung. That's why I'm calling these kind of like the spring ahead spread. And whatever falls out, falls out. No certain order. We're going to come around. I'm going to point the camera down and get more into this and just say thank you. And please hit like and subscribe and comment below. I love communication about any kind of energy. Let it out. Feel free. I want my channel to be about that. I want to start that. I want to not be in this introvert kind of, with the Scorpio sun and moon in my 10th house. I need to use this. I love being home and I'm good alone. I need to use it though because it gets lonely. But that Aquarius rising helps me not drown. It's just beautiful, really, if I want to compliment myself and finally love myself. So I think Aries is just bringing it out. So I'm going to do what I want, and I know what I want is good, and not just for me, but for everything and everyone. I have a horrible past. I think a lot of us do, but I think some of the strongest people come from a horrible past. And mine is not something that is, typical, my health battles and stuff. So it's just been absolutely, hell for me. And Aries in my 3rd house, I'm, embodying your guys' energy right now and using it to love myself and love everybody else. And that's what Philip Daniel Myers told me, that with Mars and my, he backed it up with Mars in my 7th house in Leo. And at 29 degrees. I mean, it's just, I must, and to spread love. And I love loving. I'm good at it. And it's like, I want to show people that they can be too, if they're capably honest, with themselves first. So I just want to share that stuff with you guys. And thank you for helping me embody that energy. And I'm going to point the camera down and I'll be right back. Aries, I'd like to share with you what I do when I pulse it. Previously, a long time ago, I heard a reader say, something about, like, kind of putting down another tarot reader. It doesn't matter who. And it just kind of made me feel bad, too, because, I do go to books a lot and, learn more every single time, and I don't think I should feel guilty for that. And I felt that a lot with you, like that I'm not feeling guilty. Like, that's what I felt. And so I was like, I'm going to share that with them. Like I have been sharing with you so far. And I write everything down. Like I sit and I read and I get my own, feeling and all this and, write everything down and go through it with each card and just really sit and, let it flow. I do best when I write. I always have to have a notebook and pen when I read because it's got to come out. So anyway, that's what I do during the break. So I want to get back to this Strength card in reverse and this Justice. They both came out at the same time. They flipped up, so I'm going to, I decided to keep them together, and it made sense as I started looking through it. When I read, you didn't find refuge wherever you were before, like during this first Libra full moon we had, like back in Pisces season leading up to that full moon. Like you didn't find a feeling of a grounding, like a foundation. It felt cracked. But with the Justice with it, that's why they fell out together, I think, is because you're moving from one world to another. You came to the conclusion with both pillars of justice, like one world representing the High Priestess and one world representing the Justice on another world, basically. They went together. Then, and the Sun is in Aries. It is your time. So the moon came out reversed. And I know I set them up weird, but it's what I felt to do. But the moon came out reversed. I think you've shown enough mercy in both these worlds. From Pisces season to that Libra full moon, you have found the reality in both worlds. Or simply you're conscious and subconscious. You have seen how you can balance the two. You've seen where they're off balance. Like you're weeding through the delusions, is what I wrote down. You're weeding through the delusions. The world came out reversed. I would like to make this known about this card. It is not magical. You do not receive or have the world, so to speak. The world in reverse tells me you're done with certain paths of the past, like these things that you did before. Because the King of Swords came out. That says, I think, because all these came out together too. All these came out together, and these two came out together. And then I was told to set them up like this. So, when I say I was told, that's just messages, probably the subconscious, if you want to look at it that way. So, I think you understand with the King of Swords, there's more around each corner recalling this justice. You have the power of life and death, which came out of this justice, which I believe happened in Pisces season, and is now open or like revealed, possibly when Mercury just went direct, is what I feel on this King of Swords. Because the Seven of Pentacles falls out, you're investing somewhere else. Like you're lending and giving to something, and right now. Like that's what I felt. Because it's like you're given to this new world, this new path that you've discovered in your searches. Because I think in the last reading you had the Six of Swords, like some movement. Nine of Wands, you're waiting, keeping enclosed, all the stuff, that you have going on with, the intelligence, emotional balance, with life and death. These 8 wands stand behind him. And, you have a wand in your hand, but you have them in a defense mode, but I think it's just a protection more than a defense with this reading because of what you've given. And I think that makes perfect sense, to be protective of, what you share. Because you receive your reward with the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And this is Saturn in Capricorn right now. And that's what I heard as soon as I flipped it over. I mean, it's really a great read. I mean, I think a lot of us are feeling this good stuff. A lot of us are. And, happiness is a choice if you really look at it. So just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible. So thank you for your energy, Aries. Please go to my Instagram, Hazel's House 8. And I just got a Hazel's House 8 on Facebook. I haven't really done a lot on it. So just something else to play with. So I'll see you soon. Thank you for your support.